Alright guys and girls, welcome to another edition of a Caesoose video. Today I'm going to be going over the 5 things Brits emigrating over here should really be aware of when they think about shopping for food or drink. I found it a bit of a struggle whilst first adapting to being over here, and some of the things can be quite expensive, or a lot more expensive than you're used to paying back in the UK. But some of these tips and tricks hopefully should help you save some money going forwards for your time over here. So the first piece of advice I can give is milk. When you first arrive here, you'll notice that in all the supermarkets, milk for a carton is around $4 to $5. But when you first get here, if you instead buy a bunch of bags of milk, you'll get about 4 to 5 litres for around $4. All that you'll need is one of these little jugs. They cost $3 at the supermarket and they come with a little scissor attachment. You simply pop the bag in, cut one of the corners, he says he's on camera, and done, you've got milk. Now the only disadvantage of this is that this is going to go off a lot sooner than buying a carton of milk like you'd get back in the UK. So I'd hugely recommend getting some bag ties as well, so that once you've done actually pouring your milk, you can store it for later. Piece of advice number 2. Canada doesn't really do squash like we do back in the UK. I found that whilst I can drink water, I definitely prefer to have squash. That way I definitely drink about 3 to 4 litres a day. I have found some alternatives. So if you go to Walmart or most supermarkets, you'll find that you can find some concentrates. Flavour enhancers is what they call them over here, liquid water enhancers. They're around $2 to $2.50, which is around £1, £1.50. But they're going to be your best bet. You only put a little bit on in your water, and each one does about 24 servings. So not fantastic, not as good as the squash we got back home, but a good alternative for those of you who like squash as well. Piece of advice number 3, soy milk. Soy milk back in the UK used to be cheap as hell. I used to be able to get a 1 litre bottle from Tesco or Aldi for 60 pence, and that would do me pretty well for all my protein shakes or smoothies that I was making. Over here in Canada, it's around $4 for a 2 litre bottle, so around £2.50 for a 2 litre bottle. Definitely nowhere near as cheap as the UK, but there is an alternative. If you go to one of the stores called Bulk Barn, where everything's in bins, I'm going to be putting footage in this video, you can get soy powder. And soy powder, all you do is mix it with water, and you pay 40 cents for 100 grams per 100 grams. So this bag only cost me like $1.20, and that $1.20 will do me a good 2-3 weeks worth of soy soy milk, I should say, within my smoothies. So it's a great way to save quite a bit of money, to be honest, if you are a big fan of soy milk, or if you just are lactose intolerant. If you don't like milk over here, then this is the way to go. Just be warned, this soy milk powder does not have the same nutrients that they usually infuse with the soy milks that you can get in cartons. So you might be lacking some of the vitamins that you'd usually get in those cartons. If that's the case, just buy some more vitamins and then have it in tablet form. Piece of advice number 4, vegetables and fruit for that matter as well. Canada, because it doesn't have the same benefits of the European Union of free trade agreements between all these different countries, Canada's vegetables are quite expensive if you buy them fresh. For example, back in the UK, I'd easily be able to buy carrots or broccoli for around 40 pence per fresh floret, or for a 1 kilogram bag of carrots. But here in Canada, that 1 floret of broccoli is at least $2.50 when it's on special offer, maybe even $4. So the number 1 piece of advice I can give for eating fruit and veg here in Canada is to buy frozen. A 750 gram bag of mixed vegetables is around $1 to $1.50 on average. You can get them from all the big supermarkets, but they're easily one of the best ways to still get your nutrients whilst not spending as much money as you used to. For example, I tend to buy this one from No Frills. It's a no branded one, but it comes with cauliflower, broccoli and carrots all included. You're going to get more carrots because that's going to be one of the cheapest things for them to produce, but for the most part that's only $2, $2.50 for 2 kilograms, and that can easily last you half a week or week's worth of veg. Just pop it in the microwave, it only take a couple of minutes. And finally, tip number 5. This one is probably going to be quite common sense, especially coming from the UK where we also do meats whilst on offer. But seriously, over here, buy your meats when they're on offer. Take for example what I bought the other day. Loblaws is a chain of supermarkets over here in Canada, which are generally a bit more expensive than, say, No Frills or Freshco. As a consequence, you generally tend to find most of their meat in there, for example beef, is at least $10 to $15 for around 500 grams. The same with their chicken is usually around $10 to $15 for, say, half a kilogram to 700 grams. But just the other day they had their chicken on offer. This rotates every couple of weeks, but literally I've bought 1.2 kilograms of chicken breast for $9.81, which is a bargain because that's about 5-6 quid back in the UK. Weirdly enough, I'll do a video on this in the future, but meats like this, they don't have the tax applied to it, or the tax is already included in the price. So literally, when you see $9.81 on the packet, you're paying $9.81. Like I say, these special offers rotate out every week or so. Just the other week I bought 1.5 kilograms of beef, a nice gigantic beef joint for around $10, which is now around $20. So just keep your eyes out basically. So if you've enjoyed this video, by all means give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to me on YouTube for more videos going forwards, and you can follow me on Instagram or Twitter at @Caesoose name tag. Basically, until next week, have a nice one.